be joking.
I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Yeah, I bet on myself. I don't need you, I do it myself. Yeah, I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. I bet on myself.
Yeah, I bet on myself. Okay, dream so big that they think I'm crazy. Let out the beast, no, they can't tame me. Don't play with me, better mind your business. I cannot stop now, I ain't finished. I'ma keep on going till I got that. Okay, the way that I'ma do it, they can top that. No way. Critics trying to hate, but I don't talk back, I know that. Plotting on the kid with the bull, tell them all that. I'm the one that I'ma gamble on, I ramble on. I'm about to get my ramble on. And I'm the one they really couldn't get a handle on. Then when they see they missed the boy, they get a tantrum on.
Oh my goodness, folks. Welcome to the Designated Spitters. And let me tell you guys something today, man. We're going to be spitting today because there's a lot to talk about with these New York Yankees, man. They are sitting, they're relaxing. They're a little bit too calm, cool, and collected right now. The Yankees they need a little urgency, a little pep in their step. But we'll see what happens. Francis, what's up, my brother?
Hey man, happy Sunday to all who observe. It's been a good weekend. A little bit of crazy weather here in New York, tri-state area. Got a little bit of snow. Heard you even got some snow, so it's just
got a little powdered sugar.
a little powdered sugar out there. You know what I'm saying? But
I gotta stop listening to that playlist, man. 80s cocaine music. I mean, it's bananas. Now I'm saying powdered sugar. Well, what's next?
I mean,
Unbelievable me. What's
saved
the
it to
matter with me?
I saved it to my Spotify, so I'm gonna
Well, I
blame
mean,
you
it's
for
good.
everything. Everything that
good.
happens because of it, I have to blame you.
That's okay. That's all right. I'm used to being blamed for things in life. Part of my story. It's part of my story. You know what's interesting about this today? Look at me and you. We just decided opposites. Look, I got the black heart of the city. You got the white heart of the city.
Yeah.
Well, I got the black NYU hat. You got the Navy. I happen to be white. You happen to be black. Black.
I'm telling you, we're a black and white cookie. I say it all the time.
Unbelievable. This is beautiful, folks. This is what the world needs today.
Healing,
unity, love.
We are the designated spitters. Now, if we could heal the Yankees, I tell you, we'd be in business. But we got to just start with the community first.
If we could heal the Yankees, we should be multimillionaires at this point because I don't know if anybody's able to actually do it with this club. So, man, oh man, yeah, let's get right down to business. Oh, quick little plug real quick.
Oh,
these shirts are available on
heartotc.com, baby.
heartotc.com. And of course, these available.
Even still available? Because
only yours. I got 3 of yours. I think I got 3 left, maybe 2. I think I got 3 or 2 left of the Navy.
Stop.
Gotta go and get that.
These hats are stupid fire, bro.
Absolutely stupid.
When you see it, the patch in the logo in person, I told Pete as soon as I saw that we got the image of what it was gonna look like. Listen,
yep.
You guys can say whatever you want to say. The moment I saw it, I was like, that looks better than a Yankee hat. I need it. I was like, this is replacing my plain Yankee automatically. Had to get the Navy. So, hey man, the black people they didn't sleep on the black one. The Navy is still. So I'm just telling y'all, man, this Navy colorway, this is gonna replace your regular traditional Yankee if you don't have one, because this joint is fire.
And the crazy thing is, we're actually working on some different collaborations with these hats. So take it easy, everybody. Wait till you see what we got in store. But I guess I could announce this also really quickly. Is we will be doing an NYU Heart of the City collab T-shirt that hopefully will be dropping in the next month or so. So we'll get that to you guys out momentarily as soon as we can. But a lot of great things on the merchandise side, but let's go ahead and discuss these New York Yankees. Here's one of the most recent updates. Bobby Klapic goes ahead and says, Yankees have made an internal decision not to engage in a bidding war for Cody Bellinger if the Mets or anyone else swoops in with a blow-away offer. Yankees believe they made a fair proposal, 5 years, $160 million with 2 opt-outs. They're prepared to let Bellinger walk. So this is definitely the most recent update now. I think Brandon Cuddy has come out and also said that the 2 opt-outs are in the current offer from the Yankees. I do believe one of those is after year 2, is the first one. So interesting enough, we got a little bit of updates here, and obviously this is going to be coming to a conclusion here. You got to assume at any moment now. There was also some movement on a pitcher. We'll talk about that. But Francis, I tweeted this out a little while ago, and I want to start there because I want to get your opinion first on this. Because somebody on Twitter said you and Christian are continuing to cry about Bellinger, and I'm like, Francis has never cried about Cody Bellinger. But anyway, I'll
I'll take it.
I digress.
I've been doing, just in case if some of you people haven't realized it, or maybe you guys have. I've taken a note out of the great Pete Simonetti's book this year, and I got to tell you, I'm really enjoying it. So what I do is I create chaos with a tweet, and then I just leave. I post
he throws a cocktail in a room and just locks the door.
Literally, I post something and then I just leave. And it happened this weekend. I did it twice or 3 times that I would just post and leave. I would go back and the post went crazy. I said, you know what? This is good. Because I got one that it's pushing 1,000 likes. Dude, I just posted it and left. And then I was like, oh shit, people really got upset. A lot of people agreed. But I was like, you know what? Hey, my brother was right. He told me, he said, Francis, like, don't screw that jerk-offs.
Jerk-offs. They're jerk-offs.
That's what I'm going to do from now on, bro. I'm just going to tweet and just throw the phone and just go about my life. Because it's working.
Go about your day.
It's working.
Go about your day. Pop it on. Like, all right, doing pretty good. All right, I'm talking about it later. But here's what I tweeted a little while ago. This may be a controversial take, which, come to find out by the comments, it's not really too controversial among Yankee fans. Even if the Yankees get Bellinger on a report of 5 years, 150 plus million, I think it's actually 160 plus, it doesn't feel like a win to me. And then I said, I'll explain this. So I do want to allow you to go ahead and give your take on this first before I do, but the Yankees do end up signing him. Why does it feel like, it just feels like to me it's not a win at the moment. How do you feel about it being this late and maybe Bellinger signed or not?
I'll tell you one thing. The New York Yankees are doing everything in their power to make it look like the biggest win of the offseason if they retain Cody Bellinger.
Mm-hmm.
And something I said and called very early on this show, on this channel. I mean, as we're pretty much, it's a habit now at this point. We're just early. We're ahead of the curve.
Always. Truly is.
And
it's unbelievable.
To see the way it's unfolded is like, dude, they have done everything to make it look like the moment he puts pen to paper, excuse me, if it's with the Yankees, it's going to feel for a lot of people like this colossal, monumental moment. Oh my God, they did it. And all the odds were against them. Scott Boras had them right where he wanted them and all of that. But I read your tweet and brother, I mean, it's difficult for me to disagree with you. Here's what I'll say. 2 things can be true. Did Francis Lee ever think that Cody Bellinger was going to sign for anything less than 165? No. I mean, it's on record in the beginning of the offseason. I was like 165, 185. And I remember people saying, "Oh my God, so much money."
Which I by the way, I disagreed with that.
Yeah, right
because
away.
I'm like, I don't know how he gets that much.
You said hell no. I was like, that's where I see it. Now, did I have him asking for 215, 220? No, I didn't think he was that crazy. But I always felt like the deal would end up, if he ended up with the Yankees, it would be between 165 and 185. And I think when it does get done, if it does get done with the Yankees, I think that's the range that it's going to be in. But is that a win? Just because I think that that's where it was going to be, that never meant that I was saying that would be a win. And bro, that's the one, what you're saying, 160 over 5 years, which is what they have on the table. What's that, 32.5 million a year?
It's nuts. That's sorry. It's freaking money. And somebody was commenting that, like, underneath mine is like, yeah, but who would they have signed then? And I want to get into this part a little bit later, so I'm not going to go there right now. And I'm going to explain that to everybody. And the free agent market wasn't unbelievable, right? This year, it wasn't like this unbelievable free agent market. Now, if you want to debate all you want, I still feel like Bichette was a big miss, because I think Bichette was a perfect fit for this team. And I get it. I've said it from the very beginning. I'm not saying he's a perfect fit because his defense is so good. I've said it from the very beginning. Brian Cashman himself is sitting there saying, man, we got all these lefties. I wish we had a nice right-handed bat. And one was just chilling there like, hey, man, I'm available. Like, let's have a conversation here. He took a shorter-term deal with the Mets to go there over Philly. I mean, you can't debate on this. I feel like that if the Yankees came in somewhere along those lines, they could have maybe pushed the envelope a little bit on a guy like Bichette and figured out where it really was. Based off what we know, there was no real conversation or no offer whatsoever on this guy. So a couple of days ago, I also tweeted something that a lot of people read very wrong at the beginning when I basically said, this is how the Yankees see Cody Bellinger, and it was a picture of Juan Soto. And immediately, everybody jumped, oh, the money was different. How can you say that? Wasn't about the money. This went right over your head. Who have the Yankees been interested in this offseason? Nobody. We don't even know if they have an offer for anybody else but Cody Bellinger. And in what world? What world is Cody Bellinger a stop and do nothing player until you lock him in? He's not that guy. He's a good player. Don't get me wrong. He is not that guy that you sit there for and wait. Hold up your whole offseason. Mind you, the Yankees haven't even made a trade that's really affected their minor league system. Ryan Weathers, I like the deal. I'm on record immediately. A lot of you knocked me for it. I like the deal.
Yeah, me too.
They didn't give nobody up. They didn't give nobody up that affects them. But they're sitting there with a pretty halfway decent farm system. You can't tell me that you couldn't have moved on from this. They have stopped their offseason for Cody Bellinger.
They didn't. They never started it.
Bingo.
They never started it. And I think the post that you put I mean, at the end of the day, that's Twitter. That's where Twitter is now. There's some people out there that when they see any of us, especially here at the U, tweet something, they are going to do everything in their power to like willingly misunderstand it. Like,
yes, of course, they play stupid.
They play dumb
stupid
because it's like, oh my, everything that Simonetti has to say or Francis is saying or whatever, it has to be wrong because they're so negative. They're so yeah, okay, whatever. Well, guess what? I mean, clearly something's right because we're growing every single year. I mean, every single freaking year. And you guys, for as much as you hate, you can't seem to stop it. So like I always say, save some hate for later because there's going to be a lot more to hate on. But when it comes to this point, you're 100% spot on. They treated Cody Bellinger like he was the belle of the ball. They approached this offseason as if they only had eyes for Cody Bellinger. They never had eyes for Kyle Tucker. They never had eyes for Bichette. They never had eyes for Imai. They never had eyes for Murakami. They never had eyes for Akamoto. They never did. This entire offseason, from the word go, the New York Yankees have only had eyes for Cody Bellinger. And Scott Boras called their bluff on it all off season long. And that's why he has them by the balls right now.
Doesn't he always, though?
I mean,
I really feel like Boras always just plays the Yankees like a fiddle.
Like a fiddle. It's his favorite instrument to play, Pete. He's a master. He's a master. Just think about it. This entire offseason, what did you hear? Well, the Yankees there, they've been firm. They've been holding firm. They won't move off their offer. They want this. They want that. And Scott just kind of just waited and probably told Cody Bellinger the whole time, listen, we're not doing anything until Kyle Tucker at the very least, Kyle Tucker is off the board.
Yep.
He's going to have to sign somewhere for us to decide. Don't worry. Trust me. We're going to get you what you need, but just whatever. And I'm not saying that Scott Boras is always right, that he always wins. No, we've seen him take L's in the past with different deals. It happened with Alonso recently. The Correa thing was kind of a little bit of a debacle. But in this situation, where we are in the offseason right now, let's call a spade here. Who's a bigger loser if the deal between Cody Bellinger and the Yankees doesn't happen? Does Cody Bellinger lose more or do the Yankees lose more? And I think it's a very clear answer here.
No doubt about it.
There is no pivot.
No.
Thank you.
But that's the problem, right? That's the problem when you enter an off season like you said, and you're not trying for nobody else. You enter an off season, you go, this is the plan, and that's it. And I think you may have said this on X. I think you did. Might have been you, might have been somebody else. I don't know. But somebody I read, and they were just like, well, look how quickly they moved on when Soto left. They had a plan already. Like in this situation,
but it's true.
But that's true, right? Like and to be fair, if you guys go back to when Soto left, I was heartbroken. I still am heartbroken. First of all, he's my best friend. He belongs to be in pinstripes, all right? But anyway, when that happened, and I was in tears, crying, drinking my Brugal, me and Kev, late at night. The minute the deal happened, I said, in 48 hours, Max Fried needs to be a Yankee. And he was, to be fair, he was a Yankee within 48 hours. They got that deal done, and that was it. My biggest problem here is, what is the pivot here? Because nobody can convince me that the Yankees are seriously considering we're just going to let Jason Dominguez do his thing. Because they haven't shown that. We've got over 2 years now. The Yankees kind of saying, top prospect, my ass. Yeah, all right. Top prospect, please. Anthony Volpe. That's a top prospect. I don't know what this kid is. To the point that the only way I see that happening is if they're almost forced. Then when they're really almost forced to do this at that point, where it's like, we don't really have anything else. But then again, you know for a fact that they will likely go out there and bring in an Austin Hayes or a Harrison Bader to platoon with center and left field. They can make those guys, they can mix and match that a little bit. If Dominguez shows he can hit left-handed pitching a little better than he did last year, then maybe, he's platooning a bit with Grisham or whatever that might look like. But there really isn't a pivot on the free agent market that you see and go, this makes this club a better team.
Yeah.
So if the Yankees miss, you could quickly just go ahead and pivot to the free agent market. That's why I want to bring this up. And I want to go ahead and pull the Yankees' top prospects up real quick because, people have been telling me for a while, I hear this a lot, well, Pete, Yankees can't make no trades. They don't have anybody. And I'm sitting there going, the last thing I am is a biased Yankee fan. And anybody who's a fan of another club that is subscribed to NYU, that's one of the biggest compliments you give us a lot is that we're just not going to go at bat for the Yankees for no reason. We're not just going to be blind baseball fans here regarding the Yankees. George Lombard is untouchable. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the Yankees saying we really like this guy. We don't want to move him. Carlos Agrane is a top 10 right-handed starting pitcher in Major League Baseball right now. That is a fact. That is on Baseball America, everything. Elmer Rodriguez, everybody believes is a legit top prospect. Spencer Jones, say what you want about him. There's still an appeal there. Bryce Cunningham, seen this kid pitch? Many teams will take him. Ben Hess, same deal. Dax Kilby, he ain't going nowhere. Chase Hampton got the talent coming back from injury. Henry Lalane, same deal. Same thing for Brock Selvage. That's when it really dies out. But you cannot tell me that the Yankees don't have enough to add a Nico Horner, a left fielder in Stephen Kwan, Peralta. You can't tell me they don't have enough for that. And for whatever reason, or Brendan Donovan, I don't know what the ask are or what's available. You cannot convince me that you can't put a package together to at least start the process of making this club look a little bit different. I do not buy that the Yankees can't make a trade for anybody. I don't believe it.
I mean, you'd be wrong to buy that. I know there's a lot of people out there in the fan base that kind of eat up whatever's peddled to them by the Yankees propaganda machine, but in reality, it's just not true. I mean, this, of looking at the farm, I think is a very important exercise for fans. Like, for those of you who consider yourselves diehards, it's good for you to take a look at who the prospects are every now and again so that you can get your own information. Don't just go by whatever you're reading or whatever. Or don't even just take our word for it. Go and do your own research. Learn about these guys, because a lot of the time, if you just go by what the timeline is saying, you're not going to have a true gauge on who these guys are. All right? Mm-hmm. There's a reason why ERC's name has come. Well, sorry, apparently it's just ER now. Yeah, dropped the cruise. There's a reason why Elmer Rodriguez's name has come up all over the place since the middle of this season, all throughout this offseason. There's a reason why Jason Dominguez's name keeps coming up in trade talk. There's a reason why Spencer Jones's name keeps coming up, because contrary to popular belief, the Yankees have coveted prospects. Mm-hmm. George Lombard is a coveted prospect in a lot of organizations. They'd love to have him. I know Detroit would love to have him. Yep. They'd love to have him. Now, I'm not saying that we would just make a deal like between him and us just to get a Scooble or something like that. No, obviously that would be a much bigger deal. But there's a lot. Dax Kilby, a name that if you haven't made yourself familiar with, you should over the next couple of years, because he's going to be somebody to watch. All right. Had a nice first year. And yeah, I mean, look at our situation right now in terms of infield. We're all already sold that Anthony Volpe is not the guy. The only people who don't seem to believe
are the Yankees. I was going to say, yeah, hold on. Not everybody. Hold on a second.
Yeah. The rest of us are like, been there, done that. Can't wait to get, done with that. So, yeah, now we're looking at George Lombard. Now we're looking at Dax Kilby. Like, that's where I'm at, Pete. Like, I'm literally hoping that what's going to happen with one of these guys, because I have zero confidence in the Yankees going out there and bringing in anybody. I mean, look,
Facts.
they had golden opportunities. I mean, golden opportunities, bro. We saw the greatest shortstop class probably in the history of free agency come and go. And the Yankees said, nope, we got Volpe. We saw Carlos Correa become available via the trade and other. Nope, not even entertaining it. Then we saw just now Bichette right there. And again, nope, not interested. So at this point, what can you expect? Like
It's insanity.
What other shortstop are we going to go out there? There is no other. There is no other guy. At this point, I'm looking at our system and I'm saying, okay, so which of these guys is going to be that guy that's going to hopefully deliver us from Anthony Volpe?
Bro, I'm looking at Caballero to be the guy this year. Like, legitimately. Like, at this point now, I'm getting excited about Jose Caballero.
Well, I am excited about it.
You're excited. I'm getting there. Like, no, I'm happy he started, but I'm like, all right, what? I got to call every game this year. I'm actually interested to see how he plays and how he performs.
Yes.
And I'm praying, because I know these Yankees very well. I'm praying they don't make him like a jerk off here. It's like, oh, he played 3 games in a row. You got to bench him. He's hitting 333 to start the year. You got to give him a day. Like, I mean, Aaron Boone already came out. I was like, we don't really think he's an everyday player. But okay, great. But Anthony Volpe certainly is. There's no denying that.
That's the crazy part. Caballero's guaranteed to them, not an everyday player, but Anthony Volpe is.
Anthony Volpe, 100%
Anthony Volpe is. And why? Why is he that? Because Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone say so. Because there's no other organization. Like, how many times have you seen other organizations come out and say, it's tough. Those Yankees fans, they're really hard on players and stuff like that. And other organizations come to the defense of players that were hard, they feel like were harder on. Yet with Anthony Volpe, it seems to be a resounding no for the other 29 teams.
Yeah.
Nobody nowhere is saying, damn, those Yankees fans, they sure are really hard on that Volpe kid. He's not that bad. I take him on my team.
No, they wouldn't. Nobody would take him on their team. Anthony Volpe so far has been horrible. Let's be honest. And that's what bothers me. Is you can't only thing you say about Anthony Volpe is you feel he's young. That's it. That's all you can say.
Or that he's a good kid and he's a hard worker.
That's it. He's a hard worker. He's a good kid. We think he has a chance to rebound.
Yes.
There's no facts that sit there and say, yeah, man, this kid's gonna no question about it. He's been in a little bit of bad luck.
He's an everyday starter. That's my question.
There's nothing that shows that.
What have you seen that tells you, listen, I don't care what the fans say, this guy's an everyday starter in Major League Baseball?
Aaron Boone is the only thing you have is Aaron Boone saying he's elite. That's literally it.
Saying he's the best shortstop in baseball.
Best shortstop in baseball, yep. Angelo Productions, my God, the super chat says, Yankees wasting their offseason over a Boras client is an automatic L. I also agree, Pete. Re-signing Belli does not feel like enough. It's definitely not enough. I think everybody agrees with that. Johnny Boy Vaccaro says 60 and 40 mil. Tucker and Bo better than Judge. Who is the cheapest under 40? Stop crying. Let Cody go and let your fanfare enjoy Dominguez and Jones. I mean, look, would I be upset if the Yankees just flat out said Jason Dominguez is going to get every chance possible? No. I wouldn't be upset about that. The thing I'd be upset about is, why did we wait this long? Why did we wait to make improvements? Why did we sit back and do absolutely nothing to improve this ball club? That's the thing that bothers me the most. Did you see that the Yankees are heavily interested in Peralta? Yeah, they're heavily interested in everybody. Ross says, salute to my brothers. Big 51. That's right. Happy birthday, brother. 51st for Senor Ra Thompson. R.I.P. my pops. He died at 51. That is correct. September 11th. Let's go Yankees. Volpe is my shortstop. Oh my God. How do you wrote such a beautiful, and then you ended it with that. I love you, brother.
That's
happy birthday, fam.
That's the Brugada talking. Happy birthday, Rob.
That's what it is. Yeah.
Happy birthday,
RGD. Welcome to the U, my friend. Appreciate you. But I mean, that's where we are, man. Cade Winquist is a New York Yankee. Caleb Ort is a New York Yankee. Nick Torres is a New York Yankee, and of course Ryan Weathers, who I actually like, but it's funny because I did the tweet also. I was like, hey, it's January 16th, and the biggest move the Yankees have made is Ryan Weathers.
Yeah.
And there's no way in my mind I would have ever thought that that's what I would be saying at this point, is that is the move that the Yankees have made, and it's the biggest move they made so far. Other than that, I mean, I'm really stunned. And I know there's going to be a lot of people that goes, Pete, they kind of told you the entire time that they really weren't going to do much. But again, man, I just have a hard time with it of you're the Yankees. And I'll be honest, man, I have a hard time of understanding it's not who they are no more.
For me, it's not just them. It's not just, them being the Yankees. What made it so hard for me to understand it was like, they're really going to waste another year of Aaron Judge's prime?
It's obvious they just don't care.
And
that's what bothers me the most. They can't care. Nobody could ever, and Michael K does this a lot. Oh, they care. They want to win.
Sure
Nobody can sit there and convince me. Nobody can. And I'll ask the chat this right now. Do you truly feel the Yankees are putting their best foot forward to win every year with Aaron Judge, or to allow that guy to have the trophy holding up? Now, I'll say this. When they got Juan Soto, it was a win move. We all said it. They won that year. They got all the way to the World Series and they lost. But the move, God, I hate that we do this. We talk about Juan Soto every fucking episode. Excuse my language, but I told everybody when it happened, you're going to talk about it because we're going to keep looking back at that and go, we missed them. That was the move. That was legitimately the move to keep those two together. That was it.
To be honest with you, I actually appreciate that we bring up Juan Soto as much as we do, because I feel like the New York Yankees and the people who are kind of like the mouthpieces and the parrots for them, they want you to forget that happened. They want you to forget that was a thing. The sooner people forget that was a thing, the more they'll be content with the BS that they've been shoveling us ever since. That's why I feel like it's almost like our job to continually remind the fan base, listen, this team traded for Juan Soto. This team played Juan Soto and Aaron Judge for an entire year together. This team went to a World Series on the backs of Aaron Judge and Juan Soto, and they proceeded to watch him walk across town to the fucking Mets.
Yep.
So, excuse my language also, but I think it's our duty. I think it's our duty to make sure that we don't let people forget that, because I know the Yankees want people to forget that. I know that they do.
Of course they do. Gets them off pretty easy. Chris says Yankees have checked in on Jalen Brunson. I'm sure they have.
I hope not. Get away from Brunson.
Johnny Boy again says NYU homework. Yankees 96, 98 through 2000. Who had the high AAV? A-Rod was $25 million after the golden years. Johnny, I'm sorry to do this to you, but there's no point in discussing that because baseball times are just different. I mean, times are very, very different. You can't talk about, what salaries were back in 98 compared to where they are now. I mean, this is a wide baseball thing. It's a very, very different time to discuss all that. I did want to bring this up. Tony says Soto never wanted to be a Yankee. That is confirmed bullshit, just so you're aware. And I can say that with all honesty. That is not true whatsoever. Lewis says, I look back at Soto and feel the urge to cry. Once they fumbled him, I knew we were cooked. Yeah, man. And again, like I said, man, I don't want to stick on this all the time, but it's definitely something that's going to be mentioned because, Bellinger's a nice piece. And one of the big problems, I've mentioned this a lot about the Yankees, is they have not had a consistency about their club. A-Rod brought this up, and he is so right. A lot of the deals the Yankees make are one-year deals. And why are the Yankees making trades for guys that got 1 year left? Less prospects is easier to do. It's easier to handle. They got Cody Bellinger for $5. They literally got Cody Bellinger for $5, and now they're going to give him $30-something million a year. It's just, it's crazy. Go out there and make a deal. Make a move. Trust in Dominguez. And, people are going to sit there and probably go, Pete, but you're a hypocrite because when they suck this year, what are you going to say? I'm going to sit there and say, I'm expecting it. I'm almost expecting it at this point. I'm not expecting the Yankees going to do so many moves that blow our socks off. What can they do? And I'm not one of those believers that go, well, they get Peralta. Come on, Pete, they're great. What about the offense? They got to get Peralta plus. Now, if they get Bellinger and Peralta, I'd sit there with the fan base and go, now that's good. That's good. But again,
offense.
It's not great. It's not great. It's good, but the offense is
People
the same.
are trying
exactly.
you know, people are out there trying to sell you on this, that, you know, the offense was so good last year and that you guys are just spoiled asking for more. And you're going to have a full year of Ryan McMahon and you're getting a full year of Ahmed Rosario and you're going to have a full year of Jose Caballero. And bro, what are y'all talking about?
Mhm.
What do we like, bro? I put out that tweet about the 94 games. Michael K, it's like a broken record with him. They won 94 games.
What does that mean?
94. They won 94 games. And so what? They won nothing. They didn't win a damn thing.
I don't understand how we've gotten to that point. Like I really don't. And it's been coordinated.
And
I don't care what anybody
better.
says.
He knows better than that.
He does know better,
better.
but it's been, to me, it's been coordinated. Like we got to get rid of this. Without us saying it, we got to get the fan base to understand we're not the same people anymore. We can't beat those people anymore.
Exactly.
Like, but come on, they won 94. And what does that fall in line with? It falls in line with Hal Steinbrenner saying we just got to get in.
Yeah.
And again, is it true? Yeah, it is. It is true. If you get in, you never know what could happen. But it's not the Yankee way. It's not putting your best foot forward.
Should that be the Yankee mentality?
No, never.
Like,
never. That should never be the mentality.
If you're the Baltimore Orioles going into 2026 and the leadership is out there saying, listen, guys, we just got to make the playoffs.
Yep.
I mean, would you be angry with that as an Orioles fan? I don't think so. Not after the season you just had.
Do you think Aaron Judge really wants to hear that? Like, deep down, I know he will never say that. He'll never come out and argue that. But do you think Aaron Judge really wants to hear that? You think Aaron Judge is happy right now at this moment? You think players on the Yankees are sitting there going, all right, cool, man, we got better from last year?
To be honest with you, bro, there's so much delusion, and I don't want to. Today's not the day I want to go in and shit on our guys, but I can't lie. There's a lot of delusion out there, bro. There's a lot. I mean, you saw them last year. I mean, listen, Jazz is our guy. We love him. But him going out there last year saying, "Nah, we still gonna be the best in the division. We still gonna win the division. We still gonna win the World Series. We still gonna do that." In what world, Jazz?
And then to show up and do nothing when it was time to do it.
In what world? Y'all got the brakes beat off of y'all. 4 games straight in Toronto. 4 games straight. George Springer and Vladdy Jr., my guy, my buddy. Can't wait to see him in Miami. They busted your ass for 4 straight days. And Aaron Boone, you know what he said? Well, so Booney, what did you talk to the team about? Well, you know, I just had a meeting with them and just reminded them they're the best team in the league. They're the best team in the league.
They're sharing. What wasn't it? They're sharing right now.
They were sharing. Yo, you hear these things and you think, what kind of bad 80s sitcom am I watching? No, it's not a bad 80s sitcom. It's the 2026 New York Yankees. And that's why when I hear that, it's like, do I think Judge is happy? Do I think, honestly, he might be.
I hope not.
I don't know. He might, and happy might not be the word.
Content.
Thank you. You see, sometimes me and this guy, we be here, man.
Yep.
Content. But you see, content.
Remember when I used to call them the complacent Yankees because everything is just good?
Yeah. Bro, the word content is so dangerous. Do you understand that if content is like the enemy of greatness?
Yeah, of course.
It's like the number one obstacle to greatness is not failure. It's actually being content.
Yeah, you just settle where you are, and that's it.
Yeah, failure is good. Yep. Failure propels you. You can learn from that. You can build from failure, but you can't do shit with complacency. You can't do shit with being content. And the Yankees are content. They're the definition of content. They're like the only ones who haven't realized that nobody looks at them like the big bad Yankees anymore. Yep. I mean, the rest of the world is openly calling the Dodgers the evil empire. I mean, that's not crazy to anybody else. Like when I see it, and look, it's not wrong. They are.
Definitely.
They've taken over. Look, I get it. But I mean, as a Yankee fan, does that not boil your blood that there's another team that has just up and stolen without even wearing a ski mask?
It's disgraceful.
No weapon.
It's disgraceful because
and snatched it from you.
Yeah, it's a disgrace, and they flaunt that. By the way, they love to flaunt it. They love to flaunt that they're the new evil empire and all that. And by the way, I've said this for years that people would always argue and get mad at me when I would say this. The Yankees are the laughing stock of baseball, and I say this as a Yankee, and this shit hurts me to say this. I've said it for years. Watch comments of other teams. The Yankees have truly become the laughing stock of baseball. You even God, I remember, who was it? Verlander, Ben Verlander. Ben Verlander said that one thing that one time. Well, look at this. The Yankees, everybody knew this would happen. The Yankees are the last ones to catch up, like usual.
Exactly.
I mean, they have really become the laughing stock of baseball. It's unbelievable what the great, once mighty New York Yankees have really become. And there's a couple of people to blame because you can't blame anybody else. And I know Hal Steinbrenner is very quick to blame the players they put on this team. But guess what? Leadership has put those players on this team. They've decided the direction they want to go. They've decided Joe Girardi, he made Gary Sanchez feel a little uncomfortable because he told him, I want the best out of you. Instead, they decided to bring in Barney and to simply say, hey, kids, everything's all right. That's who they brought in. They brought in this guy.
Being together with friends.
It's what I like to do.
Being together with friends. Together the whole day through.
And they've got the results of that. They legitimately have gotten the results of that. Everybody's happy. Everybody's sharing, right? Everybody has togetherness. That's what they've gotten. They've gotten a club that's happy to go out there and play baseball under Aaron Boone. They all love him. Agreed. Cute. Nice. Beautiful. Aaron Boone has gotten 2 extensions from this same ownership group. And he has produced nothing. There's people out there, even like Michael Kay and these guys. Well, who are you going to find? But he's produced nothing. It doesn't matter who you find. The fact of the matter is you are awarding losing. They are awarding losing. You get extensions when you don't win. I don't care if his regular season winning percentage is .655. I don't give a poot what it is. The fact of the matter is in the postseason, it's under 500. You have not done your job. It is time to move on. And for anybody, especially this regime here, over the last 10 years, to simply sit there and say, well, it's the players. The players change in this club every year. You guys don't sign anybody long-term that are offensive talents. Who signed long-term? Judge? Who else? G? Who else? Who's the guys that you've said, lock them in, put them together? There's been nobody.
Nobody.
There's been constant change.
Jazz hasn't gotten extended. He's a free agent after this season. Anthony Volpe is still on arbitration. Austin Wells, same situation. Jason Dominguez, same situation. Caballero, same situation. Trent Grisham's on a 1-year deal. There's nobody. This offseason, they have literally gone and proceeded to prove A-Rod's comment 100% correct. 100% correct.
Bingo.
When A-Rod said what he said, and the Yankees had the nerve to get mad at it, and then they respond.
Because he called them out. They don't like it.
Him right this offseason. What he said was, listen, I picked you to win the World Series because I'm a Yankee fan. Because I'm a Yankee boy.
Yep.
I want you to win. I want to see you guys win because I of course, I'm a Yankee. But as soon as they lost, he's like, when you look at the way the roster's constructed, and you know what they've done for that? Can you tell me what they've done this offseason to address where they were poor in terms of roster construction? Nothing. All Brian Cashman did was say, we need a right-handed bat. We need whatever. What have they done? Can somebody point me in the direction of the right-handed bat that they went out and got?
Nick Torres.
Come on.
Nick Torres. Izzy says, Soto exposed us, and now it's open season. We are no longer the bully or the prize pig. The whole world is laughing at us. I want to get to the super chats, and I want to show something that I want to continue this conversation, by the way. David says, how about some positivity, guys? The Giants got their coach. The Yankees front office can learn something from the New York Giants. That is from our friend David Cohen. Let me make sure there's not anybody I missed. I don't like to miss any super chats, as you guys already know. I believe that is... Nope. Wawa says, trade for Teoscar Hernandez. Go Yankees. We could play around with some of that stuff a little bit later, guys, but I want to stick on this here because here's what I was talking about, right? Since 2018, Aaron Boone took over. I'm going to highlight that line. Look above that and look how much changes there has been on this team. Where's the consistency? Left field has never had the same person, basically, since 2018.
Brett Gardner.
Shortstop has always been different. Third base, always different. Second base, you had Torres a couple of years there, but predominantly it's been fairly different. First base, who the hell knows? a destroyed Anthony Rizzo. This is what I'm talking about. During this entire time, by the way, Aaron Judge has arguably been one of the best players in baseball, if not the best offensive talent in baseball.
He's been the best offensive talent in
baseball. They've taken advantage of that.
Throughout that whole Pete,
instead of building around it, they've taken advantage of it.
I said it the other day. I don't know if I said it on the air when we were doing or it might have been off the air. Just imagine where they would be if Aaron Judge was just good.
Oh, forget that. They wouldn't be in the playoffs.
People don't realize that.
Argue that, chat. Argue that. Argue what Francis just said, honestly. If Aaron Judge wasn't as good as he was, where the hell would the Yankees be every year?
If he was just, I'm not saying bad. I'm saying, what if Aaron Judge was just Vladdy Jr.?
Oh, they miss the playoffs every year.
That's what people don't understand.
No, they don't get in.
They don't realize that people say, oh, they can run it back. I mean, Cody Bellinger was good. Trent Grisham can repeat. Jazz Chisholm, all this stuff. Do you realize that all those guys did what they did last year, and Aaron Judge turned in yet another MVP season, and they still got mollywopped in the ALDS? What do you people? If Aaron Judge is just good, if he returns from God mode and falls back to the mere mortals of the world, they are royally screwed.
And it doesn't matter what anybody else does. I mean, they're screwed because they need him. He has to do it.
Because look at what it, bro. Look at how far they get with Aaron Judge literally being head and shoulders above everybody else with a bat in their hands.
And this included this postseason this year, by the way. Yes. When he was really good.
Yes. I mean, dude, I think about it all the time. I'm like, bro, that's the craziest part to me, is that this guy, Aaron Judge, has the weight of the world on his shoulder, literally. Because if he is just a really good baseball player, the Yankees are cooked.
Yeah.
The Yankees are cooked. They are literally banking on God mode Aaron Judge every year. If he's not putting up what he just did, like literally in 2026, if Aaron Judge doesn't turn in another MVP season, they're dead in the water. They are dead in the water. That's the part that Michael K never brings up. No, he wants to 94 wins. They won 94 wins. That's what everybody wants to bring. Oh, they did that. They did that. Trent Grisham is a nice player. Cody Bellinger, all that shit. What if Aaron Judge is just good in 2026? You still believe in this team?
Yep. You actually broke that down really good. I want to find that tweet real quick. Here it is. So I want to share this with everybody. By the way, please go follow Francis. Let's get him to over 1,000 followers already. Before I do that,
this last week I got over 900 out of nowhere.
There you go. Look at that. Before I do that, I want to get these out the way here. Melanie says, I know Posada has no experience, but I would love to see him as our next manager. I always say this: if we were to bring in somebody that didn't have experience, Jorge's my guy all day.
Boone didn't have experience.
Exactly. So if you want to go to that same thing, that's my guy. Kyle Malay says, when Judge retires, Yankees will have a losing season. I just want everybody to remember something that I said, please, because I know for a fact I'm the first person to ever say this and really go in on this. Nobody has said this but me live, and anybody can go fact check this. I said, and I've said this, I think maybe last year, earlier in the year, something along the lines like that. If the Yankees don't win with Judge, it'll be the biggest disgrace in Yankee history. By far bigger than Mattingly, bigger than all that. If Judge plays his last game, it will be the biggest black stain on the Yankees uniforms of all time. There'll never be a bigger disgrace than that, and that goes right to all of leadership on this club. If they don't ever win with this guy, forget it's the biggest disgrace of all time. But here's the tweet from Francis when he broke this down. He said, 94 wins doesn't tell the full story. The Yankees went 31-36 versus teams over 500. They were 27-25 versus their own damn division. Went 4-9 versus Boston. 5-8 versus Toronto. Even if they signed Bellinger back, why would anyone pick them to go any further than the ALDS? And that's a perfect tweet because it's true. It's really true.
I hated looking those numbers up, but I remembered it. Look, the ones that I know by heart were the Toronto numbers and the Boston numbers because, listen, MRY Underground. If you ain't subscribed, you're wasting your time. Subscribe. This man calls every single game. All right. I'm watching almost every single game season. Like, we don't miss these games. You understand? Things don't happen, right? And the people at MOY Underground are just like, I have no idea. I'll figure it out in October. No, we watch all year. So when I hear people tell me about 94 wins, I'm like, did we watch the same thing? And then I got some responses. They were like, well, Devin Williams lost a lot of those games or whatever. You know what's funny about the blown Devin Williams games is that, yes, Devin Williams blew a lot of games for the Yankees. But what happened with Devin Williams very quickly, quicker than it ever happened with Clay Holmes? They moved him out. They took him out. You can't say, well, the whole year is going to be better because Devin Williams won't be the closer. There was a large part of last season when Devin Williams wasn't the closer.
Can I just throw something scary out there? They may never get the Bednar.
Exactly.
I mean, anybody talking about all this stuff, let me tell you something real quick.
Thank you.
You better hope that because one of the things about Camilo Duvall that I heard a lot about was that he gets in his head. And when he does, it's ugly. So he had his moments and he got all the stuff in the world to be dominating. Him and Bednar could be stupid. But you all know, like I do, there's a possibility. Like there is anything. But for this could go one of two ways. Really. It could be ugly or it could be great. And there's a chance that, again, it could be really bad just getting the Bednar. What is the bullpen? Who's in that pen? Like, don't get me wrong. Do I like the idea of what a Cade Winquest could be? Yes, but am I banking on Cade Winquest? That's what the Yankees are. I sound like I'm a Tampa Bay Ray fan here.
Cade Winquest?
Cade Winquest. That's what I'm banking my season on?
Bro, but let's be real. Because this is a part of it that also is I was actually looking at the numbers a little bit earlier this morning for a tweet. I'll probably put out the tweet throughout this week. Because there's also a huge misconception, not just about the 94 wins. There's also a huge misconception about the offense last year, about just how good the offense was.
No doubt.
Right?
No doubt about it.
Why do I know this? Because like I just said, Pete calls every single game.
No doubt about it.
Every single game. So we saw it. Okay, we saw it. We know what the offense was against teams above 500 and what the offense was against the bottom half of the league.
Yes.
What did the Yankees do in 2025? They beat the living dog shit out of teams under 500. They did not forgive any team under 500. If you came in and you were not playing good baseball and you were a bad baseball team, the Yankees didn't just beat you, they whooped your ass. They would put home runs on you, they would steal bases, and they would pitch against you lights out. Their run differential is an immediate product of the fact that they beat the crap out of those teams. But if you take that run differential and you only look at it when they're facing teams above 500, I got to tell you, it tells a very different story.
Hell yes.
Now, why? You say, but then you say, well, Francis, next year they got to play the bad teams too. Why would you be so uber focused on that specific sample size? Well, I'm glad you asked. Because in October, you don't get to play the bad teams anymore.
That's right.
What happens to the Yankees every October? That they don't look like the May Yankees anymore.
No.
That they don't look like the August Yankees anymore. Why?
And they finish hot a lot. Most of the times the Yankees finish hot.
They always do.
And then they disappear again.
And then they disappear. And people say, what happened? Every time. Everybody.
What happened?
What happened? They don't know. You know what happened? They're not facing the bottom of the league anymore. That's what happened. Now you got to beat Garrett Crochet. You got to beat Brian Bello. You got to beat now you got to beat Ranger Suarez. Now you got to beat Dylan Cease. Everybody keeps saying, "Oh, Dylan Cease, man, he's had a couple down years. I don't think he's going to be that big for the Blue Jays." Whatever. Dylan Cease is a strikeout pitcher. You know what the Yankees lineup likes to do a lot of? Strikeout.
Yeah, that is fact. That is factual.
Especially in October. Would it shock you if somehow we made the playoffs next year and Dylan Cease went out there and put up 12 Ks against this lineup? Because it wouldn't shock me.
Hell no.
Now, could the lineup get to him? Sure they could. They've gotten to Garrett Crochet. My argument is they do not do it come October.
100%. And guess who could have helped? I'm happy because I just saw this comment and I want to actually read it out loud. Who in here actually wanted Bichette? Chat? Yeah, put in the chat. Would you have liked Bo Bichette on the Yankees? Let's see, because I've seen this take a lot. Oh, the guy sucks. Everybody sucks, by the way. Who doesn't become Yankees? Everybody sucks.
They all suck.
There's all the me's. Oh, all the me's and yeses. Guess what? You know why? Because exactly what Francis just said. Bo Bichette's horrible defense at shortstop, right? But his bat wins us way more games than Anthony Volpe could imagine, could dream of. So yes, thank you, chat. Thank you, NYYU community, for having a brain. Thank you, NYYU community, for being real fans and not just being a fan along the lines of just saying everything's okay, which, again, if that's how you fan, God bless you. But I got a problem with that. Me personally, I can't do it. I can't fan that way. I can't sit there and just agree with everything the Yankees do and find an excuse. Because I could easily sit there and go, you know what? Bo Bichette sucks defensively. Why would anybody want him? No, I acknowledge he's not good defensively. I also acknowledge we don't have a second baseman on the contract. I also acknowledge that. I also acknowledge that the GM continues to say, the guy who constructs the club says, we need a right-handed hitter. We need right-handed hitters. And his answer is going to be, well, I guess we'll do some platoons. 1986, I think that was the year. 1987, Willem Dafoe.
Platoon. Great movie, by the way.
And that's me at the end. That's the NYYU community saying, Pete, keep on. I'm there like this. And that's it. Pete, he's down there. Pete, he's down there. He's still down there. We got to get him. And that's me running that.
Oh my God.
And that's it.
Bro. That's wild. I know the reference probably went over a lot of your heads. I don't know.
I hope not.
You could probably YouTube the ending of Platoon. I'm pretty sure it's got to be there.
Elias, man. They ended Elias. He just ba-da-da-da-da-da. That's me.
Dude. Look, man. When it comes to Bo Bichette, all the naysayers, listen. A lot of people talked a lot of crap about him. That's fine. Now you're gonna get to watch him with Francisco Lindor leading off, him on deck, and Juan Soto in the hole. And you're gonna see what that looks like. That's all I'm gonna say.
Crazy.
That's what I'm gonna say. That's
crazy.
What I'm gonna say. People
be crazy.
All this shit about Bo Bichette, he is going to do what he's done for his career. As long as he's healthy and he plays the requisite amount of games, he is going to be a huge problem in that Mets lineup. Him and Juan Soto are going to do amazing things in Queens. The Mets fans should be over the freaking moon. I tell you what they should not be doing. They should not still be talking about the Yankees. I don't know how it's possible. I'm sorry. But I'd be remiss if I didn't mention it. I've seen a lot of Mets fans talking about the Yankees in the last couple of days.
Yeah, if I was a Mets fan, I'd just be happy as shit.
Why you're worried about the Yankees. This is the big, again, and then some of you get mad when we call you little brother and all that. But why are you worried about what the Yankees are doing? You just signed Bo Bichette out of nowhere.
Yankees ain't done dick, and you guys are worried about the Yankees.
Like, why are you tweeting anything about the Yankees? Why are the Yankees on your mind? Why? You added Marcus Semien. You added Polanco. Now you added Bo Bichette. I mean, you wanted a different team. You wanted a different look. You wanted a different feel. They gave you a different team, baby. They let Alonso walk.
Yep. They definitely changed it up.
They sent Brandon Nimmo packing. Jeff McNeil, they said, give me a bag of chips. He can go.
Yep.
Okay. Yep. And you're still tweeting about the Yankees. Come on, give me a break. What's wrong with you?
I just found it weird because, and again, they got Bo Bichette, and a lot of Mets fans was retweeting me saying how much I wanted Bo Bichette. And I'm like, what do you think that necessarily, like, what did that get you right there? Like, what did that do? I don't understand. You got him.
It's not like also,
and he wasn't a Yankee.
Again,
like, it's different than Soto. Soto was a Yankee, so you guys actually did take him from the Yankees. I'm like, Bo Bichette wasn't a Yankee, though. Like,
but it's also different because you never said that the Yankees were going to sign Bo Bichette.
No, I've always said, I'm like, I know I'm talking about this, and everybody knows it's not going to happen, but I'm going to say what I think is best.
Literally.
So that's what I'm going to do, and
I don't
that's what I
understand
did, but apparently.
Nobody, I mean, find me the Yankees content creator or the Yankees fan that was out there saying, no, the Yankees are signing Bo Bichette, because it sure as shit wasn't NYY Underground. We never said that. From the jump.
There was a time I stopped talking about it because I'm like, I don't want to waste my time.
It's not going to happen.
And then thankfully, somebody actually talked to me and they were like, Pete, I mean, you got to say what you think. If you think he's a deal. And I said, you know what? You're right. I'm going to talk because that's my opinion.
Yeah.
It's not about what the Yankees, because if we were really to talk about what the Yankees are going to do all the time, these shows would suck.
Hell yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, they still be good because it's us, but it would nowhere near be as exciting as it regularly would be.
I think we have a good balance of both. Because I feel
We
like
do.
we give our takes. We tell people what we would like, which we could do. I still got an idea about what I would like of where they could finish off this offseason.
I like to hear that, actually.
But in reality, I can also tell you what I think is going to happen.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. Chat, let me ask you guys this question before we move on a little bit to Peralta, and probably stay on Bellinger really quickly for one more thing. But before we move on to Freddie Peralta, I want to ask you guys, do you believe that the Yankees are going to, at least make you excited for the year? There's 23 days till spring training. Does anybody in this chat really sit there and go, yeah, man, I really think the Yankees are going to do enough that'll make me really, really excited? And again, if they do, that's fair game. That's beautiful if they do. If they do, don't get me wrong. We want that, right? That's what everybody wants. We all want the Yankees to maybe make a big trade or two and go, damn, they pulled it off. Like, that's impressive. Let's see what happens. But does anybody have feel that, yeah, they will, Pete? Like, I guarantee you, the Yankees are going to make some big moves and we're going to be excited. And the majority of everybody in here, I don't know if there's been anybody yet that said yes. So let's move on because we're all on the same page here. Johnny Boy, again, man, oh man, Johnny Boy, I appreciate you, brother. Big super chats tonight. 2023, what did the Yankees finish with Judge? Soto spined it. Spined it, spined it, spinned it, spined it. But Judge will not carry this team to the promised land. The Yankees need healthy contact hitters and solid defenders. FYI, Bo is not A-Rod, who shift from shortstop to third base. Bo Bichette could have played center field for the Yankees, if all I give a shit. His bat needs to be in that lineup. They desperately needed a bat like Bo Bichette, and that is it. Because guess what? I agree with you on one thing. They need contact hitters around Aaron Judge, and they do. Aaron Judge, with the year he had less than 120 RBIs, right?
I believe so. Actually, wait, this season? Let me check.
Yeah. Double check for me real quick. Because I know the year with Soto, he had, 140 something?
Yeah, he was.
Yeah. Why do you think that was?
Well, he had. Oh, no, wait, that's not. 25.
And if he did have over 120, it was a very few over it. Might have been 121.
Yeah, I feel like it was right around there. Come on, let's do this quickly. He had, 114.
There you go. Aaron Judge had 114 RBIs in a year he won the batting title and hit over 50 bombs.
Hit over 50 home runs.
Think about that for everybody who talks about how great this offense is. For everybody who talks about how unbelievable the Yankees offense is. Aaron Judge had 114 RBIs. That's it. The 1 year when he finally had somebody with about a 400 on base percentage that gets on base for him. He had 140. That's all you have to do. The Yankees still can't figure that out. What can't you figure out? Well, you guys can't get a leadoff hitter. You can't get a number 2 guy. You can't figure out a way to just put men on base for the nuclear bomb. That is Aaron Judge. It's bananas, and that's why I talk about this would be the biggest fumble in the history of the New York Yankees is not winning when you got a cheat code. What is that cheat code? As long as he's healthy, I don't think we've ever said this about any player, really. As long as he's healthy, he's probably hitting 50 homers.
I mean, literally.
I mean, this guy's a guy that as long as he's healthy, you're going to pop 50 bombs. That's going to happen.
In his sleep.
And think about that, man. They've still, look at the leadoff hitters and the number 2 hitters they've had over the years when it wasn't Aaron Judge as the number 2 hitter. Bums. Nothing. They've never sat there and said, put a good lineup together in front of this guy. That should have always been the main concern. Nico Horner would be a guy like that that's available out there. Stephen Kwan. I mean, at this point, I don't believe Kwan is available. I really don't, because you've heard about him with nobody. Like, there's been no type of whispers whatsoever.
Nothing. When
it comes to Stephen Kwan. Adam says, does Boras take delight in messing with the Yankees? Well, the Yankees allow it. Yankees allow it.
Exactly. Boras takes delight. He takes delight in making money. At the end of the day, that's what it's about for him. I don't think Boras literally takes anything personal with any of the organizations in MLB, because at the end of the day, he wants to be friends with everybody. That makes his job easier, and it makes him better at what he does if he has a good working relationship with anybody. He doesn't want to be at odds with any team in baseball.
Right, right.
Now, does he enjoy putting the Yankees in this position? I think, of course, he does. Why? Because Scott Boras is of the belief that the Yankees, like many other organizations, have so much money to spend that they choose to pocket instead. And I'm not saying he's doing it for a righteous, cause. He's doing it because he wants to make money himself. But he's also not wrong in his belief that the Yankees and many other teams could and probably should be spending more than they do.
Agreed. And just to wrap up here, because not to wrap up the show, but I want to just get past the Bellinger. We're gonna do something fun here, right? Let's go ahead and assume that Cody Bellinger signs elsewhere. I don't care where he signed. He's not a New York Yankee. Because this is the fun conversation of where does a pivot come from? What does a pivot look like? What does, I guess you could kind of call it a plan B. I guess so. I think there was other, plan A's out there and B's even, but this is kind of where we are. Where would the New York Yankees then turn to? And Francis, we've done this stuff before. We kind of go back and forth on different ideas, but you mentioned earlier that you do have a bit of a game plan on what the Yankees would do. I don't know if it aligns with what I think, and I'll be honest, I haven't thought about this much, but there's one move that I think would be pretty controversial that I would do, and I would just go all out on that, but I'm going to let you say yours, and if you say it, I'll just, hey, that's what it was. But go ahead and chat. Feel free to throw in what you guys think you would do.
Yeah, if you're not getting Cody Bellinger back, then I think the first thing that I want to do is get a platoon for Jason Dominguez to be my left fielder next year.
Okay, mine is already a little different than yours.
Right, so I'm putting probably Bader or Austin Hayes. If you asked me, out of the two guys, who would I probably more prefer? I'd probably say Bader because I know Bader a little bit. He was here. He showed up in the playoffs when he was here. His second half with Philly was phenomenal. And I really like Harrison Bader. Like the cut of his jib, hardworking guy, likes New York, from New York, Bronxville kid. Okay, let's go Bader, Dominguez, platoon and left, and that's where I'm going there. Now, I stopped kicking the tires and dragging my feet on the Freddie Peralta shit, and I just get that done. That has to get done.
I agree with that.
There's no more playing around. There's no more games. It's a phone call. Hey, what is it going to take? Heel? Elmer Rodriguez? Like, what are we talking here? I need to know, like, what is it? What do you need to push this to the finish line?
Why is it not done? That's the question.
Because
legitimately,
because the Yankees are, well, not the Yankees. Brian Cashman is trying to Cashman the situation up. He wants it to look like a win. Yep. He wants it to look like a win. Even though they're getting Freddie Peralta and his $8 million a year salary, he still wants to come out looking like he won also in the deal. Because it's not good enough that you're getting a pitcher of that caliber at that money to help your team in 2026. You see, Freddie Peralta is one of those World Series type moves. It's not a future move. You don't have him for past this year. So whatever you trade for him, you're saying that you're going for it in 2026. If you make that deal, it proves that you're going for it in 2026. Why hasn't the Peralta deal happened, Pete? I feel like because the Yankees aren't sure if they're really going for it in 2026.
I think that is a great way to put it.
That's where I'm at.
I think that is an unbelievable way to put it. And the other thing about that is, besides McGill, there really isn't another player that you can say, well, maybe we can add to that deal to fill another hole. They got a lot of lefty outfielders.
Yeah.
There's not really that potential right-handed bat or move that you could see happening. Now, maybe there is, but I agree with what you just said right there a lot. That makes a lot of sense. Maybe the Yankees are sitting there going, look, I mean, we know what it's going to take, and we're comfortable with that. But is this team good enough to win? Like, yeah, we could sit there and go to the rotation. Yeah, it's beautiful and this and that. But if we miss out on Bellinger, I don't know what to do there. Is those the two things you would do?
No. So I guess I would say the biggest thing that I would, I guess, I can't even say necessarily do, but the biggest thing that I would try, because obviously Dominguez and Bader as my platoon with Trent Grisham and then the rest of the lineup, it really, to me, it just really isn't still it. So I call up Chicago and I have the same conversation that I just had about Peralta with the Cubs. What's it going to take to get Nico Horner in my lineup? You guys aren't going to re-sign him. We know this. You just gave Bregman all that money. You put it out there. You're willing to trade him. We know you're willing to trade him. We've done good business in the past. Let's cut the shit and let's be fair with each other. I know it's going to cost. I know it's going to hurt me. I'm willing to be hurt because Nico Horner is a player that we absolutely have to have.
I agree. And it's funny because, man, oh, man, that one there's another part I disagree, but you just took that one. I was going to say, you miss out on Bellinger. You got to get Nico Horner. You have to get Nico Horner.
Yeah.
And, the crazy thing about a move like him is you get a shortstop. I haven't seen one fan sit there and say Nico Horner's better at second base, which statistically, based off what I've looked at, he has been better at second base. But nobody denies that Nico Horner could play shortstop for the Yankees. He's
not a bad shortstop.
And he'd immediately be a leadoff hitter. Like, he would be a guy that hits the ball, gets on base, does his thing, steals a lot of bags. The Yankees got to look at it like this.
And by the way, last thing, if I'm able to get that done, part of that deal for me, lineup wise, it needs to be Horner, Jazz, Judge. I need to put Jazz. I'm keeping Jazz, and I have it
a little different.
I need to put Jazz in the best situation. Listen, I don't have Cody Bellinger anymore. I definitely don't have Juan Soto anymore. So, who's my best left-handed hitter? Like, basically, my question is, who do I trust more not to have to hit in front of Judge? And believe it or not, the answer to that question for me is Ben Rice. So that's why.
Agreed. I agree with that.
That's why I put Jazz in front of Judge, and I put Ben Rice immediately behind Judge, almost protecting Aaron Judge in a sense. But I wouldn't argue with anybody who told me, no, I need Ben Rice there because, he's going to crush the baseball and whatever. I would just do it that way because I feel like it's a sneaky way to get the most out of Jazz Chisholm. He's going to see a lot of fastballs down the middle.
Yeah, hopefully, in a few weeks, we can be debating what a lineup will look like. Because right now, I don't think anybody gives a shit enough, to be honest. Like,
we don't have any idea.
We don't have an idea. We don't really
care.
How can we do it?
Like, you got the graphic that I love. This is my biggest gripe with the Yankees, by the way.
I could pull that up right now, actually.
This is my biggest problem with the Yankees. We can't even really have the fun with the graphic because we don't know.
Actually, I don't have it no more. I deleted it.
Son of a bitch.
Son of a bitch. So let's stay. Let me get to the super chats, and I'm gonna stay.
Deleted the graphic.
I deleted the graphic. I couldn't look at it much more. People, trust me. Every time I put it on, people are like, Pete, again, Pete? I'm gonna unsubscribe. They were threatening me. I was getting emails about it. Forget about it. Frank says if only Cashman cared about winning the World Series instead of winning trades. Agreed. We got who's this? M Beer say Cashman couldn't close 2 pizzas for $6.99 each deal on a Domino's mobile order. Damn, that's pretty ugly.
It's kind of tough.
And my guy Johnny Boy Vaccaro again. Scott Boras breakdown. Dodgers steal Tucker. Scott push Bo on Mets because he's second best and take the high AAV. Phillies out with Real Muto and pushing Toronto and Yanks with Mets offer to Cody will force a deal. You know what's kind of crazy to think about? If I'm the Blue Jays, I go after Bellinger.
100%.
I go after Bellinger, and
100%.
then I would go ahead and look to maybe deal Santander, see if a team will look to bite on that or something along the lines. But man, they would. You talk about, getting headlines. That would get headlines. But I don't want to. Let me go back to where we were. As Malay says, Judge will 300 times with the new lineup. Judge will 300 times. Okay, I don't know what that means, but he would something 300 times. Walk 300 times. That makes sense.
It has to, I'm assuming, but in my mind, it's like it has to be walk.
It has to be that.
With this lineup, he's not wrong.
I want to go back to the pivot here. Only thing I don't really disagree with anything you said because I like Austin Hayes. I like Bader as the other options. The only thing I would say is this. You got to give Jason Dominguez the reins. You got to give him the reins. I don't like the idea of we must platoon Jason Dominguez because when are you going to sit? Look, if you lose out on Bellinger, you got to find out who Jason Dominguez is. If he's not traded, you got to find out who that dude is. You got to sit there and go, Jason, look, man, win that job and go and just play every day. You got to remember, man, this is a talent that a lot of people believe is a all-star talent. Going to be 23 years old only this year. Like, when are the Yankees going to actually see what Jason Dominguez is and who he is? Now, would that stop me from getting a guy like Bader or Austin Hayes? No, because I still think if Dominguez shows you that he's hitting lefty pitchers very well, you still got Trent Grisham out there where you can say, and I'm sorry, I'm just not a believer in him. I'm not a believer that Trent Grisham found his magic and his mojo, and man, he's going to be a 35, 36, 37 home run hitter every single year going forward. I don't buy it. I don't buy it. I think he's a guy that
right there with you.
A lot of teams figured out towards the end of the year when his numbers weren't good at all. And, you know, I just think Jason Dominguez is a guy that the Yankees got to really see who he is and give him a shot. So would I like to see Bader or Austin Hayes? I wouldn't mind it. How much time are they going to get? I don't know. Well, we can figure that stuff out there. I'm with you on Peralta and Nico Horner. I mean, this is getting to a situation here when you're the New York Yankees where you got to add to this team. And you can no longer sit there and go, well, we got a prospect hug. You just can't. What is Spencer Jones? At this point, what is Spencer Jones?
A nice idea.
I mean, okay, he has the physique and the body and the mold of a baseball player that you could sit there and go, wow, man, you could marvel at. And go, this guy could be amazing.
Could be.
The New York Yankees got to get this bullshit out of their head that maybe he's going to put it together. I saw the new videos of the swing. Hey, look at that. The swing's looking nice. All right, what does that get us? What does that get us? At the end of the day, man, they have to get better. Nico Horner is a major upgrade over Anthony Volpe. I mean a major upgrade. And you ready for this? I don't know if Aaron Boone's the right manager for this. The Yankees would have to sit back and change this idea that you're a home run and nothing team. Because Jason Dominguez plays every day and is healthy, he could steal 40 bags. Jazz could steal 40 bags. Nico Horner could steal a shit ton of bags. Whoever you get, we already know they got the leading base stealer in baseball on their team. Jose Caballero could steal 40, 50 bags a year. This is my point. They can become a different offense and actually be a pretty decent team. But you can't do that without getting a guy like Nico Horner. You can't do that without committing to a Jason Dominguez. If your idea, like Francis said, is to sit back and simply go, well, these guys are going to be better than they were last year, I don't buy it. I don't buy it. Jazz, knock on wood, very good player. I love Jazz. Me and Francis predicted 30-30 before the year began. Jazz has also had a long history of missing time. Not saying it's going to happen. Anything can happen. But you got to figure out a way in your offense to be a different team. You have to. You got to be a different team. Adam says, are you including Lombard in a Peralta deal? Well,
no.
Peralta's a 1-year deal, so you shouldn't have to. And that's what I'm saying.
They're not looking for an infielder. They want pitching. Be ready pitching.
And the Yankees have a lot of
pitching.
It.
And we do.
You know, when I pulled up the list earlier and I pulled up the list of all the Major League, the Yankees prospects, right?
Mm-hmm.
We also didn't talk about the Major League team. We didn't talk about the guys on this team that are expendable that you could trade. We didn't talk about those guys.
Yeah.
So that's my thing. It's like, I don't buy into this concept that they couldn't make those two deals. I don't buy into that. I don't buy into that. And I believe Nico Horner is also a free agent next year. I had that wrong a couple of shows ago. I think I said he had multiple years left. He doesn't.
No. He's 1 year. That's why that's why they would entertain trading him, because the chances are is that they won't re-sign him with the money they just shelled out for Bregman. That's not the route that they go in. He probably walks in free agency next year. So get something for him now, and this way you're not losing. It's not going to hurt as much. You just signed Bregman.
If the Yankees committed, and let's just say, like Francis said, and again, we have been so realistic here at the U this year. We have never said anything that is crazy. We never said they should go get Tucker and Bo and Belli and just run that. We never said none of that. We have been super, super realistic. And if anybody's going to sit there and go, Pete, yeah, man, sorry, it's not realistic. We're talking about playing Jason Dominguez in the outfield, signing a platoon partner for days when the good lefties on the mound, they can play center or left field, however you want to go about that. We're talking about trading for 2 players that are free agents after the year. If anybody sits there and says you guys are being unrealistic, that's nuts. But let me ask you guys this. Wouldn't you be at least a little bit excited about the club if that was the case? Because I actually would be. Not overwhelmed with joy, not Juan Soto year, but I could see the vision and say they've gotten better defensively. They got a guy at the top of the order that gets on base, that hits the ball and makes contact very well. And I've always believed in Jason Dominguez.
Yeah.
So if that's the case and our pitching is better, yeah, okay, I could get behind that a little. Now, am I going to sit here and say they're better than the Blue Jays? I have a tough time saying that. Do I feel I saw a projection that had the Red Sox with 82 wins. Are you nuts? Are you losing your mind? AL East is going to be tough.
Keep underestimating the Red Sox if you guys want to.
Don't do that.
I have better ways to spend my time than underestimating the Red Sox. I know better.
So I'd be somewhat okay with that type of lineup, but with that type of team. But no, I wouldn't be overwhelmed with joy. But losing out, do you rather do all that or give Cody Bellinger $32 million a year for 5+ years?
Me personally,
I do the other stuff.
I'd rather my plan.
100%. I'm there with you.
At this point, listen, I know that Toronto is probably going to bulk at Cody Bellinger at that AAV. I know that they would much rather extend his deal, like probably like offer him some crazy shit like 8 or 9 years if they could get the AAV down where they could manage it better, which he's probably not going to like. But the Mets could do an even higher AAV than what he wants on a shorter deal.
Yeah.
And fully complete an A++, overhaul of that offense. They would still need to do something in the pitching department because I'm not convinced. But by God, would that be a scary freaking offense if they capped it off with Cody Bellinger there? And they could do it.
100%.
So why not let them do it? Why not let them say, you know what? We had 55 on the table for Kyle Tucker. I know we just spent 42 on Bo, but again, it is just a couple of years, a 3-year deal.
Yep.
I mean, couldn't we give Cody 5 at, I don't know, 5 for 40? Or maybe not. Maybe we don't got to go as high. Maybe you do 5 for 35, and he still takes it because the Yankees won't meet him at 32.5. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
But I think the Mets got the money in the world though to get it done. So you know what? God bless. Let them do it. Let them do it. If you promise me that Jason Dominguez is going to get every opportunity, then like Pete, I'm rolling. The reason that I say get me one of these guys, Bader or Hayes, is because I feel like the Yankees will not go and just turn over the keys to left field to Jason Dominguez. Unfortunately, I agree with you. They just won't do it. They won't.
I agree with you.
Now, if you promise me though that he's in there guaranteed against every right-handed starter, and the other guy that you get is just for the left-handed starters, okay. But I do want to still give him a chance against the left-handed starters. I'm not ready to write him off as a right-handed hitter already. I mean, we gave Anthony Volpe 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got to still...
Who does Anthony Volpe hit good against, lefty or righty?
I don't know.
Nobody.
That's the thing. It's an anomaly. I feel like he doesn't hit good against
nobody.
But I feel like the clock is... If Anthony Volpe had all that time, Jason Dominguez's clock is still running. For me. If you're not going to get Bellinger, and we're going to go with Dominguez out there, he deserves every chance. And I can get excited about Jason Dominguez playing for the Yankees in 2026. I love him. I said, he didn't do himself any favors. This, end of the year, the Dominican Winter Ball stuff, that's understood. But I still believe in the talent that is Jason Dominguez. Call me crazy. I do. If he goes out this year and stinks it up, yeah, I'd probably be done. I'm gonna be real with y'all. I know he's young. I know he's whatever. But if he got the whole year as run and he went out there and stunk it up the entire year, Francis will probably, take a step off of the Dominguez train. But I want him to at least have the year that he's never gotten with this team.
Agreed.
You give me that. You give me Horner. You give me Freddie Peralta. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited about the season, and I'm ready to see how it unfolds. For sure.
Yeah, I would definitely be way more excited than I am right now, but definitely not, like I said, definitely not a Soto year where I'm like, that's a World Series team. Like, they're going to go to the World Series this year.
No.
Like, they're the team to beat. I wouldn't feel that way, but I definitely feel better than I feel right now.
Let me ask you. I know we're wrapping it up, but is there anything that they could do and maybe there isn't, because as I'm saying it, I don't know. But in your mind, is there anything the New York Yankees could do that would literally have you make a complete 180 from where we are now to saying, shit, I think they're going to the World Series again?
If they were ever to sign Bellinger and do the 2 trades we talked about, yes.
So they sign Bellinger and still get Peralta and Nico Horner.
Then honestly, yes. Then I would be like, yeah, this lineup got way better. They're not going to strike out as much. They're going to have better defense all around the field. And their starting pitching is absolutely stupid. So you can figure out the bullpen as the season goes. But that would be one right there where honestly I would sit there and go, yeah, this team they're a nasty team. Because again, I've never said I don't hate Cody Bellinger. Like this idea that I'm saying is people are like, oh my God, Pete doesn't like. No, I like Cody Bellinger. I don't like Cody Bellinger at $32 million, but it's not my money. So if the Yankees did it, but they went ahead and got Peralta and they got Nico Horner, shit.
Yeah,
I'd sit there and say, bro,
Yeah.
that's a stupid team. Look
By the
what
way-
they did. Look what they did right there. You bring Bellinger back for left field. You got center field, of course. Whatever you think about Trent Grisham, whatever.
Outfield is solid.
But look how much better your shortstop position got. I mean, so to me, yes, that makes them a way better club. Strikeouts go down. Anthony Volpe, this is the craziest thing of all. This is one of my biggest things I've been preaching on since last year. You got to improve shortstop. It's the weakest position, and the Yankees are sitting there like clueless. No, we don't have to do that. What are you talking about? That is the easiest way to improve this club. And if you sat there and said next year's offense is the infield, next year's infield, instead of the infield being what it is right now like this, you go out there, you got McMahon, Horner,
Look at that guy.
Jazz, Rice, Bellinger, Grisham, and Judge. That's a way better team. It's a way better team.
That's
The
a team
defense
that
on the infield
very
is phenomenal. Besides, you're still got question marks about Ben Rice. But offensively and defensively, overall, they should actually be an improved team,
But
which is what we all want.
Here's the reason why, because some people will hear that and say, yeah, but like, I know you guys said you're being realistic. That's not really that realistic. Here's why
Really?
I push back on that, though, guys. The reason why I bring up Peralta as much as I do, the reason why I bring up Horner as much as I do, and Jazz as well, is say that that's your team in 2026. Nico's playing short. Jazz is at second. Peralta's in your rotation. You know what I'm saying? You know that Trent Grisham, gone after 2026. Jazz Chisholm, gone after 2026. Nico Horner, gone after 2026. Freddie Peralta, gone after 2026. That's 4 starters. 4 of 5 starters in your lineup are free agents at year's end. Meaning, if it doesn't work, you aren't tied in long term to any of it. You could literally
That's right.
revamp. You put yourself in perfect position. I said this on All Rise the other day. I'm going to repeat it here. You do an offseason like that, you put yourself in the perfect position to revamp the entire team based on what the next CBA looks like. You give yourself
Right.
flexibility that
That's right.
nobody in MLB is going to have. And you do it as the New York Yankees with money available and places to play.
Yep.
How many teams during next year's CBA negotiations, how many teams are going to be going into those negotiations saying, I have money and 3 starting positions on my team to play with? If you do these moves, you would have money and 4 starting spots on your team to play with, depending on how the CBA comes out. That's crazy flexibility. You can literally build any version of a team. No matter what they
Yeah.
put in that CBA, you would have the ability to build any kind of team to match whatever they come up with.
That's right.
I mean, it makes all the sense in the world, man.
And to me, it's actually more realistic if you bring Bellinger back, because now you can move Dominguez and Spencer Jones. You don't have to commit to none of those guys
It's true.
at all. So to me, it gives you more to make moves with, to get those 2 guys. In addition to Peralta alone, you're more than willing to move your starting pitching talent. Like, that's the thing, is that I think it's more realistic. So if they were to do that, to answer your question, yes, that would get me excited and say this team could definitely win a World Series. David says, at this point, let Bellinger walk, focus on pitching, and have the best rotation in baseball. Pick up a bat mid-season. That's always an option too, I guess. But I like the plans that me and you both said. So,
Yeah.
well, folks, that was fun. Another fun episode in the books here at DS. A lot of really great updates coming your guys' way over the next couple of weeks. Studio updates coming very, very soon. Founders Club updates coming very, very soon. Merchandise updates, of course. That hat, here's the hats. Again, Francis got the Navy on. The Navy is still available, by the way. I think I got 3 of those available, so check them out. NYUnderground.com also have some of these babies still available. Probably like 3 of those available still, so go ahead and get them. I'll be shipping everything out. A lot of the past orders, obviously the weekend, but I'll be shipping them out. Probably, I don't know if happy MLK Day too, by the way, folks. That being tomorrow. I don't know if post offices and UPS stores are open tomorrow. I think a lot of things are closed.
The federal holiday.
It's a federal holiday. I know banks are closed. So anyway, we'll see. I'll figure it out. If they're open, I'll deliver stuff tomorrow to be shipped out. If not, it'll be Tuesday morning. So place your orders ASAP, guys. You'll get those orders very, very quick. But again, another great episode, man. We're kind of still waiting on the Yankees to make some moves that we can actually talk about and have a little bit of fun with if we get that opportunity at all. But it is what it is. Francis, take us on that. Oh, real quick. If anybody has ordered merchandise, if you go to the shop store, the shop app, NY Underground is on there. Leave us a review. I'd appreciate that. We got some reviews already on. I appreciate that, guys. But Francis, do your thing, brother. Take us out of here.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you guys for being with us. Well over 500 in here most of the episode. If you haven't hit that like button, please do so on the way out. Make sure you're following us on Instagram. MVP just posted in the chat a little while ago. It's where you're going to get the quickest updates, the best updates, behind the scenes stuff, all types of stuff, lifestyle, all the best content in the world goes to the IG first. So you want to be there, stay in the know with MY Underground. And if you haven't already, subscribe to the U. Tell a friend and tell a friend and tell their grandmother that this is the place to be. You like the Yankees, you like baseball. This is where it's at. Okay, no messing around. For the best merch in the game, that link is also in the chat. Okay?
Yeah.
And nobody's doing it like MYY Underground
No.
2026. I mean, we've given you some of the best freaking merch to kick off the year. We're trying to have you out there looking fly as a motherfucker, okay?
We're doing our part.
You know what I'm saying? We're doing our part, now do yours. That's all I'm saying. And hit the shop app. Make sure you leave that review. But like I always say, man, you keep it locked and you stay tuned because the next episode will, in fact, be the best episode.
And you know we will never come whack on a designated spitters track. Until next time, folks. Peace. Talk to you later, baby.
Hey, we outside. Yeah, we out. Yeah, we out. Looking at the view from the top. Get into the bed, don't stop. Get into the bed, don't stop. Better catch up, cuz we out. Look, I ain't skating through unless they talking 8 figures. Said I dream too big, about to do it way bigger. I'm the